To talk more about the aid going to Ukraine and McCarthy's plan to tighten up the money flow if Republicans win is retired military officer Glenn Ignacio. Glenn, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Nice to be back with you, Alicia.
So when you look at the issues facing American taxpayers today, inflation, an unsecured border, the rise in crime, homelessness, and then you see billions of tax dollars going overseas, it appears to be a big problem for many. Do you think McCarthy's promise will help or hurt his party with the midterms just 3 weeks away now?
I think it'll help. And you know me, I'm always apolitical, so I'll tell you exactly the way I see it. Is Ukraine and the situation over there, supporting them. I've been there. I completely agree. But there's got to be a balance, and there hasn't been a balance. Originally the border wall or the border fence, whatever you want to call it, was $8 billion, and it was completely protested and thrown up. And here we've sent so many billions of dollars to Ukraine. If there was a balance, I think the American people would definitely receive it a lot better. And especially when you have all the problems, including the drugs coming over our border, that is a national security issue.
Yeah, let's talk more about that. During the prior administration, Congress, as you said, they had a fit over allocating a few $1 billion to build the wall to secure our border, but has boasted about sending more than $60 billion to Ukraine to secure their border. This just seems backwards. Another example of putting America last.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, it's really tough. And I would love to say this, and I would say to any administration, is especially when we have the czar of the border and the vice president, if she could get off her tail and actually go down and take a look and fix the problem. Now, fentanyl is coming over the border at an excessive rate. And according to the CDC, our government official agency, is saying that we're killing more people or fentanyl, is killing more people than suicide, car accidents, and even COVID. Now, if people thought about the fentanyl as an actual weapon coming over and killing Americans, two dozen children being killed in a school is horrific. But imagine if you said 100,000 children were being killed. They're the targets right now. And if people thought of that as actual weapons coming over the border, you'd see a different response. I'm not trying to downplay anything, but this is the seriousness that's not being looked at.
Yeah, let's talk more about that because we've seen a historic record amount of illegal crossing apprehensions in one fiscal year, more than 2 million, including 100 on the terrorist watch list. This is not including the gotaways. We also have a record amount of fentanyl coming across the southern border, killing more young people than ever before. Yet these issues are receiving very little to no attention. Instead, the administration says the border is secure. Meanwhile, the U.S. is the largest provider of weapons and money to Ukraine, to the tune of more than $60 billion, as we've been saying. How can this be?
You're absolutely right. Every detail that you listed is accurate. And why is it not right? I don't understand it because, I mean, any American can go down to the southern borders and see this. I have close friends that are in the CBP and out in the desert that deal with the bad cartels. These individuals are bringing some of the most horrific things, plus the trafficking that's going on. I do not understand. Maybe you need to get outside of the Washington realm and stop the Washington two-step in marketing and the politics and actually solve this problem. I took an oath for national security and being in the military for a career, and so do those individuals. And it's not being done. That is not marketing. That is not politics. That is a fact. In addition to that, for the amount of weapons that go into Ukraine, we only have about 2 months left that we could actually send before Ukraine exhausts all of the weapons that we have available to give before we start impacting our national security with lack of javelins and so forth.
Yeah, and our national security should come first before anyone else's does. All right, Glenn Ignacio, appreciate your time and insight today, as always.
Thank you. You take care and appreciate the time.
Thank you.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you